This is Spruce and Studs, and welcome on into another Besides the Bricks video. In this one, we're going to be talking about Warhammer again, and this time specifically Warhammer 40K and Games Workshop's collaboration with JoyToy. They have been collaborating together for, I believe, about a year now, probably making some of the best action figures that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. They are very highly detailed, very highlighted, almost like how a real miniature is supposed to be highlighted, as well as shaded. There is so much detail that JoyToy goes through and does on these particular models that they make. It is absolutely incredible and astounding to me. And lately, they have been absolutely hitting it out of the ballpark with the release of a bunch of figures. The first one I will let you know is the Blade Guard veterans are my favorite Warhammer 40K unit because Knights have always been my favorite type of action figures to play with. I mean, for Lego, my favorite theme still to this day is the Lego Castle theme. So these Blade Guard veterans are just how much I love Knights during my childhood. And again, there are 3 figures that were released. I believe one is your regular Blade Guard Sergeant, and the other 2 are just Blade Guard Veterans. But they look absolutely incredible to me when I look on the websites, as well as the pre-release pictures that have been, well, released to the general public. And they are sporting their storm shields as well as their power swords. And just like every other JoyToy figure that gets released, I'm sure that they also have other various things that you can attach and detach to the figurines. There was another set of 3 that were or will be released later on in the future. They were announced at the same time as the Blade Guard veterans, and I also knew that I wanted to get these guys. And these are the heroes of the chapter consists of a Primaris Ancient, and then the next thing is a company champion, I believe, and the next thing is just an elite veteran. These look pretty incredible. The whole reason why I want to get these is because, well, the standard bearer is absolutely amazing. It has a bunch of Ultramarines insignias on it, which is very, very cool and very reflective of the regalness of the Ultramarines chapter. Even though I'm not 100% fan of the boys in blue, they are the poster children of the Warhammer 40K, if not the whole entire Games Workshop company. So I obviously wanted to get these guys just for that. And finally, the thing that I really love the most is really near and dear to my heart is a Venerable Dreadnought. In this particular one, it comes with a twin-link las cannon, a power fist, and I believe a heavy bolter underneath the power fist, which is pretty standard loadout equipment for the Venerable Dreadnought. I hope that JoyToy also has a bunch of other armaments that you can swap out like normal. I would hope that they would probably have an assault cannon as well as maybe like a heavy flamer or something like that. So anyways, the reason why the Dreadnought is such an important figure in my life, literally, is because it is the first figure that I bought outside of the box set of the 2nd edition with the Blood Angels as well as the Orcs. And again, that was the first real model that I bought that with my own money that I needed to assemble together and really figure out how to paint. So they have a sentimental value to me. So that's exactly why I wanted to get that. So one thing I've neglected, just to let you know on the price, again, I'm not sure exactly if Games Workshop is going to be releasing these types of items to the United States through just regular distribution, because right now I have yet to see some of the JoyToy Wave 2 stuff to be released. So typically the cost of these things, they're not cheap either. These figurines typically will cost about $25, I believe, if you're actually trying to get them from Games Workshop. And they will cost upwards of maybe $38 each per figure if it's just the regular figure like you see over here. This Blood Angels Death Company Sergeant has not been released in the United States yet. I don't know if it's actually ever going to hit release in the United States. So this particular one costs about $38 because they had to inflate the prices. I don't know why they need to, but they need to make their money somewhere. So what typically costs about $100 costs now $150 for a pack of 4. So that's where we're at with that particular thing. And as we're talking about JoyToy, there's been more models that have been released. I'm not going to really talk about too much about Chaos because, well, I'm not really much of a Chaos fan and I can't really attest to their authenticity. But regardless, those Chaos models actually do look pretty cool. I believe that there are Chaos Terminators that will be released, as well as Havocs that were released, as well as the Hellbrute, I suppose, to combat the Venerable Dreadnought that the Imperium has. But regardless, they are coming out with a bunch of stuff. So the Imperial Fist one includes an Aggressor, I believe maybe their own version of Blade Guard. I have no idea because they're not rocking the normal Blade Guard sword and board. And then other ones include a Sergeant with a Power Fist, as well as an Assault Intercessor. I have pre-ordered the Blade Guard Veterans, the Heroes of the Chapter, as well as the Venerable Dreadnought. Hopefully they will be coming out very, very soon, maybe sometime in May. And it will be 100% guaranteed that we're going to be doing a review on all three of those sets. So stay tuned for future videos. This is Sprues and Studs. I hope you enjoyed this preview video of all the stuff that's coming out with the JoyToy and Games Workshop collaboration. And as usual, I will see you all in the next build.